Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I will explain the method to find the squares and square roots. I will try to make it simple, the method of solving the problems, and I will see that I will stick to your syllabus. And in this video I have tried to include almost all types of problems that is there in your text, and actually in the form of examples. So please watch the video and try to solve the exercise of your text, and see that you don't hesitate to put your doubts in the comment section, which can be cleared by me. And I've tried my level best to do it by simple method, and I'm going to explain all the steps so that there is no doubt. So actually the name of the chapter, squares and square roots. I have covered this part because it will otherwise only confuse you, and whenever there is a question and you have understood my explanation, see that you can either pause the video and solve the same sum in your rough notebook, or you can go back to the text and solve the similar sums and check that you are going correct. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe my channel. So let's begin. The square of 59, if the question is a square of any number, here I have taken the example of 59. Square means multiplying the same number twice, 59 into 59. So you have a rough column that is always taught to you, and you have been doing it since your junior classes. On the right hand corner, make a strip, write rough work, multiply, and straight away write the answer here. The answer is this, which I am highlighting it to you. Okay, so if it is number up to 30, which I had already asked you in the video of exponents, to learn the squares of number 1 to 30, it will make it easy for you. You don't waste time computing. I had already told that to you anyway. So coming back to, if it is a square of a number, you have to, like here I have taken the example of 59, it is 59 into 59. Another example I have taken, find the square of 6.3. So as I already said, 6.3 into 6.3, and I am highlighting the answer which I had already computed and written it for you. Okay, so the next sum which I have taken down here is this. Question is, find the square root of 11025 and 194481. So the two numbers that I have taken, and here the method that is taken to find out the square root is by prime factorization method. So you factorize a number first, that is say 11025. So just seeing 5 there, immediately what children do is they try with 5 because it is divisible. So number, again 5, so another number. It could have been 3 also here, because 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9. So 3 is divisible. I have tried with 7, then 9, then 3 and 3. So what we do, this is the sign of square root, and the numbers are product of the prime factors are 5 into 5 into 7 into 7 into 3 into 3 as written here. Whenever it's a square root for two number, for pair of a number we take 1, for pair of a number we take 1, for pair of a number we take 1. Here 5 into 5, so 5, 7 into 7, so 7, 3 into 3, so 1, 3, and the square root sign is off now. And the product is this. If I have to repeat the steps once again, here the number is 194481. So try it with 3 first. divisible by 3 again, divisible by 3 again. How do you know? We add the numbers. Divisibility test, if you remember, divisibility test, if you remember, for a number divisible by 2, it should end with 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. If it is number 3, some of the digits of the number should be divisible by 3. If it is 5, the last digit should be 0 or 5, and so on. You know all the divisibility tests of the numbers like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, I suppose 25, 50, 100 and so on. So till 100 we have done actually, so you know it, and we don't need for 25 and 50 here, actually here at least, because we are doing with the prime factor. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 like that. So with 3, now after finding out the factors, the product of the prime factors are 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. We count and check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now pair them. By pairing, take 1, 1. By pairing, take 1, and the square root sign is off, and the product will give you the answer. This is finding out the square root by prime factorization method. I hope you understood this method. That is, factorize it, write the product of the prime numbers, pair them. For every pair, write 1, and the square root sign is gone. So the next question is, find the smallest number by which 2592 be multiplied to make it a perfect square. Question itself is indicating that the given number 2592 is not a perfect square. There is something which has to be multiplied to make it a perfect square. So your rough work will be factorize it as we did it here in the previous sum. Factorize it. So it's an even number, started with 2 till the even number, then with 3, and then written down all the numbers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 3's are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So every first two numbers is paired, first two numbers are paired, the next two is unpaired, the other 2 3's are paired, the 2 3's are paired. So this number is not having a pair, therefore one more 2 has to be multiplied to make it a pair, and therefore convert this into a perfect square. So 3 questions are shown in which 3 different numbers are taken, and in all the 3 the method to find out the square root is explained. Sorry. I have got many more questions, but this is just the starting. Okay, so the next question. Again, please allow me to cover this side. Now the next question. Find the smallest number by which 10,366 be divided. The previous question was multiplied. This is be divided to make it a perfect square, and thus find the square root. That means you have to find the lowest number, smallest number which divides this and makes it a perfect square, and then find the square root. So as it was done in the previous question, prime factorize the number. Okay, so even numbers, so done with 2 every time till it gets an odd number, then with 3 because 81 we know it is done. So it's check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 2's and 4 3's are written. You have to count and check, because if you make a mistake here, your answer is going to be wrong. So when we start pairing, we see this 2 is left unpaired. Therefore, if we divide this number by 2, you have got pairs exactly divisible, exactly perfect square. So this number 2 is the smallest number, and by dividing you get 5184, and on squaring this, first 2 is divided, so this 2 we don't write, and the rest of the numbers are written, and on pairing you get 1 2 3, like 1 2 3 2s and 2 3s, and the product will give you the number. So 2 is the number which divides, and on multiplying you get 72, which is the square root. Okay, so the next type. These are the numbers which actually you can do it orally, because you were asked to learn the squares of the first 20 numbers. So find the square root of 0.225 by 28.9 and a mixed number 25 by 32, 2 whole 13 by 18 and 0.25. So the first number to try with, under root, because square root, 0.225 by 28.9. Now 3 digits are there after decimal, so 1000. 1 decimal place, so 100, because 289 by 10 it goes to the numerator. So you get 225, 0 and 0 cancels, you get 100 and 289. 225 is a square of 15, so 15 into 15, and 289 is a square of 17, 17 into 17. This let me repeat. I had asked you in my video of exponents where it is shown that I had told you many a times, please learn the squares of the first 30 numbers, which will help you now also in that chapter as well as this, squares and square roots. I'm going to tell you the same in cube and cube roots chapter as well, but for as in now, squares and square roots. So 15 into 15 pair, so 115. 100 is always 10 into 10, so 10, and 17 into 17, so 170. By cancelling it by 5, you get 3 by 34 is the answer. And for that next question, where 25 by 32, 2 whole 13 by 18 and 0.25. So 25 by 32, there's no change. 18 into 2 plus 13 gives you 49 by 18. 0.25 is 25 by 100. So now, if you cancel 25 and 100, you get 4 in the denominator. Now 25 is 5 into 5, 49 is 7 into 7, this you know it. 32 can be written as 16 into 2, 18 can be written as 9 into 2, and 4 as it is. This I have written it in this form. You can also do it by smaller numbers, as 32 will be 2 into 5 times, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 18 will be 2 into 3 into 3, 4 will be 2 into 2. You can do it in that form as well. I have simplified it a little, where I have put down 5 into 5, 7 into 7 numerator as it is. 16 comes down here, 9 is brought here, and 4 2s are 8 2s are 16 here once again. So when you remove the square root sign, for 2 5s we get 1 5, 2 7s I get 1 7. For 216 I get 116, and for a 9 it is 3. So it is 35 by 48. Not complicated, simple one. You may not write it in this form. You may put it in the form of 2 into 2 into 2 and then pair and then come down to this answer. Yes, that's also correct. So I have shown you different ways of solving square roots. One more type of question that I have noted down for you here. And this question will be, there's an evaluation question and the numbers in the form of bars. So if you remember, when we were doing exponent, if you go back to that video, you will see that for a square root, the power was raised to 1 by 2. Do you remember? The square root, the power is 1 by 2, which is multiplied to the exponents. Now what I have done here is under root 0.5 cube can be written as 0.5 square into 0.5. 6 can be written as 2 into 3 to the power 5 is written as it is. I am only simplifying. 0.5 whole square as it is. 0.5 into 2 is 1. 5 plus 1, 3 to the power 6. Do I repeat? Again I am going back to exponent chapter. Cube is broken down as 2 and 1. 6 is written as 2 into 3. This one as it is. 0.5 into 2 is 1 and 5 plus 1 is 6. Now this entire part is raised to the power of half because it's a square root. Half and 2 cancels, 0.5. 6 into 1 by 2 is 3 to the power 3 and the product is 13.5. Little bit of exponent is used here as well. Now the next question. This question is under root 248 plus under root 52 plus under root 144. So 1 by 1 we have to solve. First it is 144 and we all know that 12 into 12 is 144. Let me repeat, learn the squares of number 1 to 30 please. Okay, so 12 square is 144, so square root of 144 is 12. Sum of these two is 64 and the square root of 64 is 8. 8 8s are 64. Sum of these two is 256 and the square root of 256 is 16 into 16 is 256. Very interesting question. Do it step by step. You'll remember. Understand as well. Okay. The next question. Suppose you are given 745 chairs and you are asked to arrange them in equal number of rows and columns. Find out the number of rows if at the end you see that 16 chairs are left out. Means these 16 could not be arranged in the form of rows and columns. So the question is, you are given 745 chairs. If you are removing 16, you can arrange them in equal number of rows and columns. Find out the number of rows. So if it is equal number of rows and columns, it is straight away the square root. So square root of not 745, square root of 745 minus 16. Why? Because 16 chairs are left out. So it is 745 minus 16 is 729. Square root of 729 on finding out the prime factors, it is 27. I'm not repeating this step because we have done this in the first 2 pages. So either you remember the square or you solve it. The next question. The question is, which is the smallest perfect square which is divisible by 3, 4, 5 and 6. You are supposed to look for the smallest perfect square which can be divided by 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want a number small and a perfect square. So when it is the smallest number, we go for LCM. And LCM of 3, 4, 5 and 6 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 and that is 60. But 60 is not a perfect square. So what to do? Because 3 and 5 are not paired. 2 is paired. 3 and 5 are not paired. So 60 into 15 we get 900, which is a perfect square as well as divisible by 3, 4, 5 and 6. Very interesting sum. We'll get many more this type, so please prepare. One sum of this type. If in the question itself it is given that under root 784 is equal to 28. This is given to you in the question. Then what would be the value of under root 7.84 plus under root 78400? So if the value of 784 is 28, there are two places of decimal. So when you do the square root, it will be 784 by 100. When you square root it, it will be 28 by 10. So the answer is 2.8 in the first case. If there are two zeros in square root, you will get 1 0. So it is 280 and the sum is 282.8. So from the given fact in the question, you are straight away finding out the answer. Only what are you taking care of? Number of decimal places. If there are even number of decimal places, you will get divided by 2 number of decimal places in your answer. Like 2 decimal places, so 2 divided by 2, 1 decimal place. If there are 2 zeros here, the answer will have 1 0 here. Again, if it is square root of 0.0784, how many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the answer, how many places? 2, 0.28. One more sum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. So in the answer, how many places? 1, 2, and 3. I hope you are understanding. Decimal means divided by. If it is 2 places, divided by 100. So when you remove the square root, it is divided by 10. If it is 4 zeros, it is 1 and 4 zeros. On removing the square root, you get 1 and 2 zeros. So 2 decimal places. The next sum. Based on a fact that if you are getting a question like n plus 1 whole square minus n square, I hope you all remember the formula a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So if it is a and if it is my b, so a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. When it is a minus b, plus n and minus n gets cancelled. So your answer is only a plus b, that is n plus 1 plus n. So in short, n plus 1 whole square minus n square is equal to n plus 1 plus n. Now, if your question is 37 square minus 36 square, and 37 means 36 plus 1, that is n plus 1, and 36 means n square. So what is the formula? N plus 1 plus n, that is 36 plus 1 plus n. So 37 plus 36 is 73. In the same way, 101 square minus 100 square is 100 plus 1 square minus 100 square. So the answer is n plus 1 plus n. 100 plus 1, 101 plus 100, 201. Here you have to remember this formula actually, this formula. And you have to directly substitute the value and find out the answer. Next. Now we are going to actually solve square root by division method. Children, pay attention as this is a process which is not done earlier. So I am hiding it. To find out the square root by division method. Suppose the question is to find out the square root of 4761 by division method. So your number is 4761. The very first step is to pair the given number from the right side. So 1 and 6 are paired, 4 and 7 are paired. Now remember children, it is a division method where the divisor is not given to you. You have to find out the square root of the dividend where the divisor is not given to you, and you have to find the quotient and the remainder. But when it is a square root, we all know it is the same number which is multiplied every time. Like if it is 4, the number 2 into 2 is 4. Same here. First step, I am repeating once again, whatever is the given number, pair the number from the right side. So 6 1 paired, 4 7 paired. Now the first number that is there in front of us is 47. The first number is 47. Okay. Now we have to look for a divisor which when multiplied by the same number is equivalent to 47 or less than 47. Now we don't have any such natural number whose square is 47. So definitely we are going to look for a number which is less than 47, and immediately less is 6. So 6 6 are 36. Here the number quotient is 6. So 6 6 are 36. The step of division, the next step is remainder. So subtract, and this is 11. And the next pair is brought down, that is 61 is brought down. So the total number with us is now 1161. And now the left hand side, the same number gets added. 6 plus 6, 12. So we get 12 first. And then we have to look for another number which when multiplied by that same number gives you either this number or less than this. So what you have to do, you have to have a rough column and you have to try with 121 into 1, 122 into 2, or if you are looking for a number, say suppose 1 is there, so which number can be a square? Straight away 9 9s are 81. There is no other natural number whose squares have 1 at the end. So start with 129 into 9 and this is the answer. 9 9s are 81, 8 carried. 9 2s are 18 plus 8 is 26. 9 1s are 9 plus 2, 11. 1161. The remainder is 0. So the answer is 69. Answer is 69. I will again explain. There are many sums that I have taken because this is something new for you. The next sum that I have taken for you is square root of 15,129. So again 15129. The first step. What is the first step? Pair from the right side. So 2 9, then 5 1, and then 1. So the first number which we have to see is the number 1 with us. 1 1s are 1. Okay. So cancel. Next number which comes down is straight away 51. But 1 plus 1 is 2. Like here we had done 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay. You remember? 6 plus 6, 12. Similarly here, 1 plus 1 is 2. So which number will go to make it either 51 or less than 51? That is 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4. 44. So difference 7 and 2 9 comes down. So the next number that we see is 729. 22 plus 2 is 24. To this which number will be multiplied? Try with 1, 2 and I got it with 3. So 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, carry 1, 3 2s are 6, plus 1, 7, 29, remainder 0. So the answer is 123. Do I repeat this once again? The number is 15129. Pairing from right side, two numbers, and this is left. 1 is the number and we don't have anything. So we look for a number whose square is equal to this or less than this. So 1, so we know the square is 1. 1 1s are 1. When we subtract, nothing is there. So next pair comes down. And we add up 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 and what? 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4. 44. We subtract and we get 7. The next pair comes down. 22 plus 2 is 24. Into 3, 9, and this is the answer. I have taken another question for you, and this time with a decimal number. Okay. So the number that I have taken is 27.3529. Okay. So 29 is paired, 35 is paired, 27 is paired. So the number that we will check first is for 27, which is the number 5. 5 5s are 25. Difference 2. 0.35 comes down, so decimal is put up. 5 was taken, so addition 5 plus 5 is 10, which comes down. The next number which is taken is 2, so 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 1s are 2. Different. Now the number which we have taken here is 2.35. Here the difference is 31 and 29 comes down. 202 plus 2 is 204 and 3 is multiplied, so the remainder is 0 and the answer is 5.23. For a decimal number, let me repeat it once again. 27.3529, it is paired from right side. The number that has to be seen first is 25. We consider 7, so we consider 25, that is 5 5s are 25. Difference is 2, the next pair comes down. Decimal, so decimal is put in the quotient. 5 was the number taken, so 5 plus 5 is 10. The new number which is added is 2, so into 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 1s are 2. The difference is 31 and 29 comes down. 202 plus the new number 2 is 102 plus the new number 2, it is 104. The next number is 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are 3. The answer is 5.23. I have taken the example of another decimal number for you all. Don't worry children, if you don't follow, please watch the video once again. The steps will be seen by you and I am sure you are going to understand. So the next number that I have taken is 531.7636. I have taken different digits number. This was a 4-digit number. The first one was a 4-digit number. This is a 5-digit number. These had got a 6-digit with 4 decimal places. This is a 7-digit with 4 decimal places. So different types of numbers I have taken. So the first step, again don't forget, pair from the right side. So 3 6, 7 6, 3 1 and 5 is left. So which number? 2 2s are 4. Difference is 1 comes down. So first number that we considered was 5. Next number 1 and 31 came down. So 131. 2 was the number taken. 2 plus 2, 4. Now the new number is 3. So 129. The difference is 2. Decimal. So a decimal in the quotient. The next pair comes down. So the number is 2.76. But here the minimum number is 0. So it is 460, which is always more than this number. Therefore nothing goes. So 0 is taken. Therefore the next number which comes down is 2.76. 36 comes down. 460, which number? 6. Multiply and you get the number. The answer is 23.06. I will repeat it once again. Paired the number. First number considered 5, so 2 2s are 4. Balance 1, 31 came down. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 was multiplied, 129. Difference is 2 point, next number 76. And 43 plus 3 is 46. So if I write 1, it will be 461, which is not possible. Becomes greater than this, should be less than this. So 0. 416 to 0 is 0. So the difference is same, 2.76 and 36 comes down. Now 460 plus 0 is 460 and 6 is added. So multiplied and got the answer. I have taken a fraction question for you all children. Where this is square root of 1764 by 2809. So these two numbers divided separately. That's a rough work, or you can show it on the working side also. So 1764 paired. The first number considered is 17. So the number is 4 4s are 16. Difference is 1. 64 comes down, so it becomes 164. 4 plus 4, 8 into 2, 164. So the answer is 42. For 2809, paired, first 5 5s are 25. Difference, pair brought down. 5 plus 5, 10 into 3, remainder 0. The answer is 53. If you remember rounding off, if the digit to be rounded is less than 5, the digit is left as it is. If the digit to be rounded is 5 or more than 1, 1 is added. So that is rounding off. Here the question is to find out the square root of 5 and correct to 2 places of decimal. That means you have to find out up to 3 places of decimal and round it off. So 5, which is not an exact square, therefore what I have done is put a decimal after this, and after that I can put as many number of zeros. So I have taken 3 pairs of zeros because I need 3 places of decimal. So the first number is 5. So 2 2s are 4. Difference 1. Next pair comes down. Decimal goes up. 2 plus 2, 4. Next number is 2. 42 into 2 is 84. Difference is 16. The next pair of zeros, so the number is 1600. 42 plus 2 is 44. 3 multiplied, so it gives 1329. Difference is 271 and the next pair brought is 00. 443 plus 3 is 446. The new number is 6 and you get the exact number but a remainder. That means it is a non-terminating yet, means not ended yet, but I need up to 3 places of decimal. So 2.236 can be many more. I need correct to 2 places of decimal, and this is a 6 here, more than 5, so it is 2.24. 3 becomes plus 1. So the number which has to be rounded should be 5 or more than 1, so the previous number becomes plus 1. If it was less than 5, this could have been 2.23, left as it is. You have many more questions like this in your text. Please solve them and check. If you have any doubt, ask. These will be there. As you know, many different types will be there in the textbook. So try to solve them and feel free to ask your doubts. Now the next type which I will show you is probably this one by one we will do. Okay. So the question is, find the least number to be subtracted to make this number given 23,497 a perfect square. So the question itself tells you that the number is not a perfect square. You have to make it a perfect square by subtracting a number. So what is that least number which has to be subtracted? So in this case, what you have to do is first you have to find the square root, okay, by division method. So again, first step, pair. The first number that we see is 2 because these two are paired, these two are paired. This is 2. 1 ones are 1. Difference is 1. Next pair comes down. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 25 into 5 is 125. Subtracted, you get 9. The next pair comes down. 25 plus 5 is 30. Into 3 is 909 and the remainder is 88. So this 88 is extra for you. If we don't have this 88, this would have been a 0 over here and it's a perfect square. So the number which has to be subtracted is 88. Simple. For the least number to be subtracted, yes, it is simple. You just have to find out the square root by division method. Whatever is your remainder has to be subtracted. But this is not the same for find the least number that has to be added. So I have got a question of that type also. Okay, so the question is find the least number to be added to make 55,078 a perfect square. That means the given number is not a perfect square. You have to add something to make it a perfect square. That means it is somewhat less than the number which is a perfect square, you have to add and make it a perfect square. So just like the previous one, first by division method we have to do the square root till we get a remainder. So we pair, and the first number is 5, so 2 2s are 4, difference is 1, the next pair comes down, 140, 2 plus 2 is 4. The new number 3, 43 into 3 is 129, remainder 2, 1, 7, 8, next pair comes down, 43 plus 3 is 46, the new number 4, and now the remainder is 322. That means this number has got 322 left out from the square of 234. So 322 left. For this to make it a square of this, that means definitely this number is greater than this square. So why not we try with the number just next to it, 234. So 235 square is this number. That means the difference between the number and the given number is 147, and so 147, if it is added, we get the next number 5. So I repeat once again, if a number has to be added, you have to find the square root till we get a remainder, and further we cannot proceed with the division. We take the quotient, add 1 to it, like 234, add 1 to it, 235, square it. Difference of the square of the new number and the given number is the answer. And one more type which I am going to explain it to you. It is not a new type, but yes, a different way of solving, actually simplifying. So the question is, find the square root of 7 correct to 2 decimal places and then evaluate under root 4 plus root 7 by 4 minus root 7. So 7, again, like I showed you the square root of 5, same way the square root of 7 decimal and 3 pairs of zeros. So when we consider 7, it is 2 2s are 4, difference is 3, next pair comes down, decimal goes up, 2 plus 2 4, 6 multiplied, so you get 276, the difference is 24, the next pair comes down, 46 plus 6 is 52, the next number is 4, 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8 and 9, 4 5s are 20, difference is 304, and the next pair comes down, 524 plus 4 is 528, the new number is 5. The division will continue, but we have to stop because it is correct to 2 decimal places. So we have found out till 3, 2.645 dot dot dot. On rounding off, it is 2.65. Now we come back to the question, that is under root 4 plus root 7 by 4 minus root 7. So here what we do is 4 plus root 7 by 4 minus root 7. This is the question. If I multiply 4 plus root 7 by 4 plus root 7, same number, then this is a plus b into a plus b. That is a plus b whole square. This is a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. I am going back to the formula of a plus b into a plus b is a plus b whole square. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So 4 plus root 7 whole square, this is 16 minus 7 is 9. 4 square is 16, root 7 square is 7. So 16 minus 7 is 9. Now square root means to the power of half, which we discussed just now. So square cancels, 4 plus root 7 by 3. Root 7's value we have found out. So 4 plus root 7's value divided by 3, and the answer is 2.2. So children, I have tried to solve almost all types of sums, taking 1 or 2 examples, and tried to explain the steps, at least the division method many a times. I would request you to solve as many questions possible from the text. It will give you proper practice which you really need in this chapter. Learn the squares of the first 30 numbers, which will also help you finding out the answer. And I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, please put it in the comment section. And children, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel please, and do hit the bell icon to get notified of my upcoming video.